Choosing the right successor is something that business owners are constantly challenged with. And I think it's a really personal decision. I think it depends on what type of industry you're in. So, for instance, you might be a dentist and you've built a practice that is worth millions of dollars. You've got great patients, you've got a great staff, but you just might be thinking about retirement, taking that trip to Europe, going to the beach, hiking the Pacific Northwest, whatever it might be. And you might get to a point where you're just ready to be done drilling and filling, as they say, ready to be done with the practice of dentistry. And in that instance, you start to think about, how do I transition this business successfully? How do I make sure my patients are taken care of? How do I make sure my staff is taken care of? And how do I maximize the value that I get out of the dental practice that I've built over so many years? And it's a process that involves planning. It involves taking some time and some consideration, working with a team of advisors to help identify the timeline and what the goals and the objectives are. What are the types of desires I have for what my future successor or owner will look like. Will it be a large corporation? Will it be an individual dentist or doctor? And so it becomes a very personal discussion, and you learn a lot about the business owner, their sort of preference set on how they envision the business carrying on after they're finished there. And then there's a fair amount of us sort of coaching with them or advising on ways that we can go about achieving those objectives and setting them up for the most successful transition as possible.